Hi everyone, welcome to Tom's Manshed. Now today's review is going to be on this. As you can see, it's, I'll just put my glasses on. It's a disc sander, another one from Lidl's. I'll hold it up so you can read all the details. So as you can see there, it's 140 watts, maximum speed of 3,600, and the disc size is 125mm. Now what you get in the box is the disc sander itself, and as you can see, there is a sliding, let's try and get it in focus. There is a gauge on the side there that gives you the angle of that platform. So that's your platform that you place your workpiece against. And this gauge goes from 0, it goes forward to -10 degrees, and then right past 45 degrees there to 50 degrees. Now I don't know how accurate that is. If that's on 0, there's no guarantee that it's going to be bang on 90 degrees. You'd have to get a set square or something for that, but it just give you a rough guide. And then on the top here as well, there is another moving to give you a different angle against the work face, like that. This slides up and down like that and locks in place. And here we have the power switch under like a clear rubber membrane, clear plastic membrane, and we've got the speed control here. If we plug it in now, just plug it in here. And if we turn it on, it is very, very quiet. So switch it on here. That's its lowest speed. So you can hear I'm holding it right near where I'm speaking. And as we turn the speed up, I'm just turning this dial now. Even on full speed, it's hard to see it turning, but that white disc now is turning. And even on full speed, you can hear my voice quite clearly. I don't know how loud this sounds on the microphone, probably quite loud, but to my ears now it is very, very, very quiet. And pretty smooth as well. It's a direct drive motor, so not as torquey as if it would have gears. Turn that off now. And you get with it this clamp. I'll go through all the bits that come with it shortly. And to mount it horizontally to your table, you put it in a bracket just there, and then that clamps to your workbench or whatever. Again, I'll be showing you all this shortly when we see it in action. Or if you want to use it vertically, there's a slot there, and you can clamp it vertically to your workbench like that. So you get with it an Allen key, and you use that to take off this front sort of the adjustable angle support. So it's just one Allen key, screws out there, that bolt, and that whole assembly just slides off. The bolt is loose, it's not retained, so watch the bolt. And that gives you a flat work area, so if you wanted to just do something, get it flat. Again, you'll see me using it in that mode shortly. You can have it horizontally on the table or vertically. So that's the unit itself. So in the box is the unit itself, the front attachment piece, the clamp to clamp it to your workbench, the Allen key, and you get 6 sanding discs. Now, there's 2 of each grit, grade, roughness, or whatever. There are 2, let's have a look at the size, 2 150 grit, 2 240 grit, and 280 grit. So they're the 2 smoothest ones. Sorry, they're the 2 medium ones. I've used this one, and this is the other finest ones, and I've just got 1 left of the rough ones. The other one totally wore, so I threw that away. Now, when you get them, they've just got a plastic backing on, and this bit here is extremely sticky. It's like an adhesive. What you do, you take that backing off, and then you stick it to this white. You do not remove this white part. That's part of the disc. That is not a thing you remove. Once you've taken the sticky back protective thing off, you stick that on there. Now, I found that they're really exactly the same size as the disc, or maybe even slightly more. And shortly you'll hear, when I first used it, I hadn't got it quite on centre, and it was just scraping slightly against the side. That wouldn't make too much difference because it'd soon wear it off, and it's only paper, so it's not going to do any damage. But what I tend to do now is just snip round here. Just take about half a mil off all the way around. So it's like half a mil there and half, so it's basically a millimetre off the diameter, and that enables you to get it easier, a bit more centre. So the choice is yours, whatever. So once you've stuck that on, it stays stuck and you use it. When you're finished with that grade, or that grit, and you've thrown your white plastic backing away, they provide you with these square sheets with the grit written on them at the bottom. So grit 240, grit 150. And once you're finished with it, you can peel it off the sander and stick it on one of them, like I've done with that one. It just sticks on. This is like a greaseproof sort of paper that it sticks to, and there is still plenty of stick. That's as good as new under there. So you can take these on and off the face quite a few times, use them repeatedly if you want to transfer from rough to smooth and so on, and then you just keep them. So that's everything you get in the box, as well as the instructions. Oh, sorry, forgot about this. Almost forgot about this. This is your vacuum attachment. Now this goes in there like that. There's a little lip on there. Line it up, push it in, and then just swivel it to where you want. And there is an adapter there for different diameter nozzles. Now, as you can see at the moment, I have used this once outside, so I haven't got a workshop, and I'm not going to do any sanding or woodworking here. So I tend to do it all outside. So I didn't use it, don't matter where the dust goes in the yard, and there's only a bit of dust created by sanding. But if you were using it inside, you would use that. So I am going to demo that. You can see I haven't used it at the moment. So we'll see how effective that is shortly, and I'll comment on that at the end of the video. I've no idea how good or bad that is going to be. So that's basically all the bits that you get with it, and let's now see it in action on some wood and also on some aluminium for a project I did recently. So as mentioned in the intro, I did find it extremely hard trying to line up the sticky disc with the faceplate, and as you can hear there, it is catching on the side. That ticking noise is it catching on the side. So I decided I had to realign it, so that meant taking off the support plate here and peeling the sticky disc off and trying to get it centered up a bit better, which, like I say, is extremely difficult. You can see the sticky is really good still, so it just shows these discs can come on and off quite a few times, because I've made a mistake again there and realised it. So off again. I'm trying to get it spot on, but like I say, with the disc being exactly the same size as the faceplate, it is very difficult. So I've edited a few of these out, believe it or not, but I thought I'd keep a few of them just to show you how many times I tried it and how many times you can peel it on and off and still retain the stickiness. So putting it down, I think I've got it centered here, but obviously not, because it's still doing the horrible ticking noise. So it's at this stage that I resorted to the scissors and decided to cut, well, it's probably more than a millimetre off, probably about 2 mil off the diameter of it, which makes that a lot easier to line up. Doesn't matter that there's a bit of a gap there at the front. As you can hear now, it's not catching at all. Now, this was the first project I used it on. There is a link, I'll put a link above now, you'll see that, to what I'm making. It's a support plate to turn the electric car charging point through 90 degrees. And that's it, just sort of standing the face without the bracket on. So as you can see, after quite a bit of sanding of that alloy, that disc is pretty worn out. So that's it peeled off, and a finer grit on to give the alloy a final polish to make it look good. I've already cut that, as you can see, scissors in hand, so that fits perfectly now. And just a final buffing up of the aluminium to make it look good. And this is just quickly showing the sort of the protractor thing, that how you guide it helps hold the workpiece as you guide it in. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to try it sanding on a bit of plastic overflow pipe and a piece of wood, just standard skirting board, half round top wood. I've got the roughest disc on at the moment, and what I'm going to do, I don't know whether you can see, but I've got an old sleeping bag on the floor, and I'm going to try it first with the Henry sucking the dust out. So that's attached here with just shoved straight into the attachment point there. See how much dust it collects. Do a bit of sort of like a couple of minutes of sanding, and then we'll see what it's like without the vacuum attached. Like I say, I do all my stuff outside. I'm just stood outside the front of the shed now. I've no space in the garage. The Scorpion's in there. I've no workshop or anything, so I don't really need the vacuum, but I'm just curious to see how much dust it actually collects. So we'll give it a good couple of minutes. I'll edit that bit out, and then we'll see how much it collects. So I'll zoom in now for you, and we'll try it first of all with the vacuum running. Okay, so I'm hoping you can hear this above the sound of the Henry and the disc sander. I've got it on full speed now. I'm going to try it on this bit of plastic first.
I don't know whether you can see that. It soon puts a pretty big eats through that, no problem at all. I've got it on full speed at the moment. Just try it on this piece of wood. That's really sort of like eating into that pretty well. Just that little bit of a lip there. Just see that total right angle there. Let's see how quick it can eat through it. I don't know whether you can see there. It's only a few seconds to take off as much as that. To round it off. Okay, so this is after we just did that sanding. And as you can see, there's very little dust around the table. I don't know what it's going to be like in a minute without the vacuum on, but again on the sleeping bag. Unfortunately I didn't have anything black, but you can see there's hardly any dust around at all. You can see how it comes out at a bit of an angle there. That's because the Henry has quite an acute chamfer on the end of the nozzle, so but it was a tight fit, an airtight fit in there. So we'll leave that off now, and we'll see how much dust it produces with no vacuum connected to it. Okay, so this is it again now. This time with without the Henry connected and running. As you can hear, it's a lot quieter. 90% of the noise then was made with the Henry. So we'll see how much dust it produces now. Well, already I can see there's more flying in the air, a lot more. I don't know whether you can see that. There's loads of plastic flying up towards me that was getting caught before. I think that's about the same amount of sanding I did before, so let's just have a look. So this is it without the Henry on, and it's a bit hard to see on this camera. This is on the Osmo Action, but there definitely is a lot more sawdust around and on the floor. So if you were doing quite a lot of sanding inside, it does make a big difference, and it does seem to pick up quite a lot. You can see it there in the them black plastic bits. Okay, so there you have it. I think you'll agree it performs pretty good. No real need. I did mention being direct drive motor, not gearbox, that it's not as torquey, but on full speed there was plenty of power there for even that half-inch thick piece of skirting board. Also, the vacuum attachment worked a lot better than I anticipated. I don't think, because dust can sort of fly everywhere off that disc, I thought it might not catch it so good, but as you saw, it did. There was a load more. You could actually visibly, when I played the video back, see it flying out a lot more when the vacuum wasn't connected than when it was. So yeah, all in all, it seems pretty good and well worth the £29.99 or £29.95, 30 quid that it cost from Lidl's. As with all Lidl's tools, you get your 3-year warranty as well. So again, you can't really go wrong. The discs themselves, as you saw, I had difficulty lining them up. Maybe getting a bit old. Don't know. You may do better, but if you do have trouble lining them up bang in the centre and they catch on the side of it, just trim a bit off around the edge. That's fine. As you see here, I just did a quick search on Amazon, found these on Amazon. Discs are readily available. There was loads and loads on there. This is just one screen grab I did. As you can see, $10.99 for 50 different discs of various grips. So they're not dear, and they do seem to last quite a long time. I used them multiple times, and as you saw, you can pull them on and off quite a few times, and the stick remains, and you get them. I don't know about the packs that you get, like the one I've just shown you on Amazon, whether they come with a piece of paper that you could put them back onto, but I'm sure you could work someone out to do that. So I hope this review has been of some use to you. I've got loads more in the pipeline. I'm going to keep them coming. If you want to subscribe, please do so, and you'll be alerted of when I upload. Just click the little picture in the shed here, and I hope to see you for that next one very, very soon. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.